We wrapped up a 2-year engagement with a customer this week, and instead of being upset or anxious, I feel like our team is validated for a job well done. Let me explain why. So we wrapped up a 2-year engagement, and normally when we lose a customer, when I say wrapped up, we lost a customer. Normally when we lose a customer, it's only happened 3 or 4 times, thankfully, over our 5 years, where we've had a great ongoing customer relationship, and that relationship has come to an end. And usually there's feelings of upsetness, or you're just wondering what you could have done differently. um, Sometimes there's hurt feelings around, was there missed expectations or misaligned understanding of what the objective was. But in this case, none of that really happened. And I'm actually pretty proud of the way that both the relationship went and how it wrapped up. And that's for a couple of reasons that I wanted to share today. So first of all, the status quo for marketers is that they try to hook customers on kind of a never-ending cycle of services and big ideas. Shout out Matthew McConaughey. That will coincidentally keep customers on a retainer for the future, for the foreseeable future. And this isn't meant to be like nefarious. It's just that's how a lot of marketing relationships work, and that's not always in the customer's best interest. But that is how this specific relationship was structured. They were on a retainer. We were, acting as their content marketing agency across a number of different executions. And really, we began training their internal team from the very first day we worked together. We initially had weekly calls that had a lot of education and strategic conversations and how we do the tactical execution. And we did these for 2 years, essentially teaching the internal team how to execute at a very high level. And obviously, we did a good enough job that they felt comfortable eventually hiring a team internally. They hired an entire full-time staff that we also helped train over time. So all of this validated a couple of things for me. First of all, our original strategy was 100% on point, right? Because 2 years later, they're only doing more of what we originally prescribed. And they've actually made what our core service for them was the center of their business offering. So they've changed their business model. They've evolved as a company over the 2 years that we worked together. And now the services that we were providing to them is their core service or product in and of itself. So that's super validating, because what we said when they were first starting out was like, hey, if you do these things, they can grow into something bigger than just a marketing exercise. It could actually be your brand. And that has more than come true. The second thing I'd say is that we were good enough at our jobs to ensure that the customer saw so much benefit that they wanted to double down past what we could even provide as an external agency. And really that's what prompted them to hire these full-time team members. The success of what we did strategically, and then the level of execution that we provided for them over the 2 years showed them, oh, wow, there's a lot here. There's a lot that we can continue to do. And we want to have someone who is full-time focused on just increasing our ability to create content and to develop our brand and all those sorts of things. And that's because that celebrates, in my mind, the work that our team did in setting them up over those 2 years. So this should be celebrated as kind of a victory from both sides. I mean, it's definitely not the personal, in all honesty, it's not the outcome that I wanted personally, obviously. I'd rather have that revenue coming in on a monthly basis. But the fact that we did our jobs well enough to prove the value that caused the client to invest even more into this operation is a signal that we were doing the right strategy, we were executing the right tactics, and we did so at such a level that, their audience and their aspirations outgrew even what our original objective was. And that's really, really validating. And I think something that we can share with other customers or prospects who want to know how this type of content strategy can work. And thankfully, we have a great relationship with them, and they would be willing to advocate for us as well. So sometimes doing this every day, day in and day out, you got to have find ways to see the glass half full. This is one of those times. Thankful for the opportunity to work with them. We'll see you tomorrow.